Hello, everyone. Surprise! Welcome to our next dating sim. I think, I think it's a mystery dating sim. What Dreambound was also, but it was a little less mystery because it broke. Probably I broke it. But this one is called When the Night Comes. It's, you'd think I'd come prepared. I never do. You guys should learn this from about me by now. I'm literally never prepared for literally anything. It's so embarrassing, honestly. Where is it? When the Night Comes. I know it's a mystery game. So, we're playing as a hunter who's called to a little town of Lunaris to assist the local enforcers with an investigation into a series of unsettling and unexplained supernatural murders. And then we also get to kiss. Or something. So we're solving a murder. This is exciting. Maybe... Oh. Okay. The music's kind of crazy. Year. So yeah. They, them. Who's excited? Who's excited? Our style looks cute. I like murder mystery stuff. I'm just not very good at it. So, guys, get ready. And it's a dating sim? That's like a 2-for-1 sale. Department of Enforcement Office of the Lieutenant General. You've been selected for immediate transfer and are authorized to report to the enforcement headquarters in Lunaris, Escria. Please find your mission information and all other relevant documents enclosed. Once the information has been digested, we order that the documents are promptly destroyed. Damn! What kind of top secret business am I in? This information is highly classified, as are all the details of your relocation. Upon arrival, report to General Augustus Willenheim? Sure. Respectfully, Lieutenant General Harold Addington III. He's crazy with the third! Look at the art. Ooh, ah, very pretty. I like the glowing effects. I arrive in Lunaris at dusk. I've been What the hell? Oh, okay. We got an achievement for starting the game. We're crazy. I've been traveling for days. My feet are sore, my eyes are tired, and all I can think about is how much I need a damn good sleep. Hell yeah! Me right now. I'm tired. I'm a hunter, and I've been called here by the Lieutenant General of Escria to lead an investigation. The matter's apparently urgent, if the rapid way in which I've been summoned is anything to go by. The things that you hear about in ghost stories and fables are all real, and it's my duty, my purpose, to protect humanity from all those creatures that go bump in the night. Yo, we're supernatural. Can I be Dean Winchester? Yeah, hot or whatever. Sorry. There have been a series of particularly violent murders here in Lunaris lately, and the local enforcers, the agency that oversees us, can't seem to put a finger on who or what the culprit is. I was the most skilled hunter general in the previous town I was assigned to, but I eagerly welcome the change of scenery, even if it does involve murder and a healthy dose of existential dread. Though, as I sink further into the town, the feeling that washes over me is making me wonder if I made the right choice. As if I really even had one at all. Our lives are bound, and I live to serve. As hunters, we're the only ones equipped to deal with such monstrosities. Plucked from our families at a young age, we're told that we hold an incredibly rare talent, not only in passing the secret of initiation that gifts us with keen senses and empathetic skills, but also in possessing the mental fortitude, intellect, and obedience necessary to ensure our effectiveness and loyalty. Little do they know the kind of mess I am. Loyal what, girl? I steel myself and wander aimlessly through the unusually narrow streets, unable to focus on much else other than the thought of a warm meal and a comfy bed. The only thing that distracts me from such thoughts is the way the sky begins to turn an inky, infinite black. It's kind of purple, if you think about it. This whole thing is kind of tinted purple. It's really pretty. Wisps of mist circle around my ankles, sweeping out of every crack and crevice. Flickers of magic are present within the smoky tendrils, and I can't help but wonder if my mind is playing tricks on me. I turn a sharp corner and see people running, scooping up small children scrambling to get inside. I hear the sound of doors slamming and locking, echoing off the crooked stone work. Curtains are drawn, windows are windows are closed, and then it got dark much quicker than I realized. Darkness, the abnormal kind. Although the stars are shining brightly at a glance, the crescent moon hangs low. Neither offer much light. It's unsettling, to say the least. A chill rolls down my spine, and I walk faster, my sore feet continuing their protest. The instincts that have been part of me since my initiation kick in, and I have the feeling deep in the pit of my stomach that I need to get inside, and fast. I spot a mage light lantern as I head further down the street. The dull blue flame flickers invitingly in the darkness, drawing me in. This is giving Twilight Princess. Oh, this is cute. Okay, everyone look at the art. Ooh, this is cutie pie. I push the weathered wooden door open, and the light tinkle of, and the light tinkle. Oh, it says tinkle. Of the bell that hangs above my head announces a presence. It's empty, only very dimly lit by a few worn-down candles. The shelves are stocked with curious trinkets and jars of strange-looking ingredients and potions, and apparently an endless collection of dusty old books line the wall. It smells faintly of incense and a little of... Is that ozone? You know what? That's the second time I've read that something smells like ozone, and I don't really know what that means. Let's look this up. What does it mean when something smells like ozone? I only know, like, ozone layers. What are we talking about? Ozone gas is a very prominent smell that you can never miss out on. Oh. Okay. Like, what does that mean? That's so crazy. Oh. Ozone gas you're exposed to. You know, I never thought about the fact that the ozone layer could have a smell. Wow. Okay. What does it smell like? Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. It's actually present, and yep, great, amazing. What does it smell like? Nerds? I guess it just smells like pollution. Yeah, I guess that's what they're saying. Pollutants, so cars. Okay. So it just smells like polluted air, like gasoline and cars and like factory smoke, stuff like that. Weird. I never thought that ozone would have a smell. That is the second time I've run across that. I don't even remember what the last one was. Someone else was like, it smells like ozone. And I was like, what does that even mean? Oh. That's what ozone's... Oh. That's what it is? Oh, well, I got... my internet told me it smells like pollution. Okay, well, that's a much clearer idea, because I know what it smells like right before it rains. Yes, like the way the air smells just before a storm. Like lightning. I hear footsteps and turn to find their owner, and I'm taken aback by the figure that appears from behind a pair of well-placed curtains.
I was just closing up, but can I help you?
Hi, turn that voice up. Oh, it is up all the way. Damn! Does he count as a sound effect? He must count as just like a voice. Wide eyes burn into me, brighter than the clearest of emeralds. Emeralds are like green, though. Those are like teal. His aura feels distinctly magical, and I'm very aware that I'm looking at a witch. A powerful one at that. I'm sorry to intrude, but I appear to be a little lost. I'm looking for the tavern. His gaze falls to my weapons and my sash, his cheeks darkening as realization apparently sets in.
Are you the new hunter?
Damn, I need to stop pressing that button before I'm done talking. Am I supposed to talk to you? I offer him a wry smile. Is it that obvious? He returns my smile, and I can't help but feel welcome. At home, even.
Just a little. It's lovely to meet you. The town has been alight with gossip about you this week, you know. My name is Ezra, by the way.
arc. What? Sorry. I want it to be louder. I don't think he's music. I want him... How do I make him louder? What about now? Oh, nice to meet you.
Did anyone happen to tell you not to wander the streets when darkness falls? As capable as I'm sure you are, it's not advised. Especially these days.
Anyways. I said, hi, Ezra, I'm Kay. I'm gonna actually turn it up for you guys. It might end up being a little too loud, but that's okay. I'd rather the voices be nice and loud than them not be nice and loud. So, which will make me sad because I can't really hear it. I'm just gonna turn the music up ever so lightly. I'm confused on how this works. Nope. I think it's because the music is quiet. Oh Lord, I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah. Raise your yeah. Yeah, I wish I knew. Well, this must be how it sounds to me. What if that means it's quiet for you guys? Whatever. We'll try 2.8. See what happens. Whatever. Okay. T. Let's go. I shake my head, still a little out of sorts from the long journey. Then, much to my embarrassment, my stomach decides to grumble loudly. No, we didn't voice act everything? I was just wondering. Oh, did I turn it off? I did not turn it off. Okay, great. How rude of me. You must be starving. Take a seat in the back room and I'll quickly fix you something up. Oh, I wonder if I only got it for the intro. Lick? What? You really don't have to do that. I'd better be on my way.
You'll do no such thing. It's too dangerous out there. Please. I insist. It's no trouble. Really.
His voice sounds really familiar. Who is it? But someone that sounds just like that. That I just watched. What was it? I'll think of it. I can hardly refuse when he's looking at me like that. I nod and follow him as he parts the curtains to reveal a cozy living space. There's a small kitchenette with a crooked dining table, and nestled in the corner is a tattered but comfy-looking sofa. Hello? Ezra? Ezra fills an old steel kettle and pops it on the stove, igniting the stubborn burner with a grunt before he turns and offers me a smile.
I'm just going to pop upstairs and get you some blankets. I really do insist you stay until morning. You must be exhausted, and I'd hate to send you out into the darkness knowing...
He pauses, stopping himself.
Just wait here, and please, make yourself comfortable.
I remember what he sounds like to me. He sounds like, if you've ever listened to The Princes, it's like I don't know if it's like a book or whatever, but it's a podcast, and it's on YouTube, and it's on Spotify. And the Prince, I think it's Rupert, sounds just like that to me. I don't think they're the same person, though. I think I can think of nothing worse than even walking across the street right now, let alone across town. I swallow a polite protest. Thank you, Ezra. He disappears up a narrow staircase, and my curiosity instantly gets the better of me. A solitary candle burns upon the countertop, colorful, magical little lights hanging from various picture frames and shelves, as well as an abundance of luscious green plants. I see one. It's utterly enchanting, just like its owner, and obviously very well loved. There are generous amounts of my personal belongings and keepsakes littering every possible nook, and I eye a tiny dish that's overflowing with brightly colored jewelry. Beside it sits a pile of crumped-up parchment. Some of the pages are covered in elegant looping script, and others filled with lovingly rendered portraits. I tentatively reach for one of the sketches at the top of the pile, but a loud creak startles me. I turn, as alert as I've always been taught to be, as my fingers edge towards my weapon. The hairs on my back of my neck stand to attention, and I immediately know that there's a creature nearby. That's when I see them. a pair of glowing, fierce golden eyes peeking up at me from the previously hidden hatch in the floorboards. And before I can even think about defending myself... Ew. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Oh, okay, pinned to the wall. Bark. What? I'm playing. I'm joking, guys. Ladies, control yourselves. Yeah, that sounds right in my head. Get ready for that. I'm pinned to the wall by a firm, cold, and inherently not human arm.
Who the hell are you? Where is Ezra?
Your voice is cray. I don't know about that. His lips curl into a snarl, affording me what feels like an incredibly pointed view of a set of long, sharp fangs. If I hadn't already clocked his deathly parlor, there'd be no second guessing what kind of creature I'm dealing with here. Vampire. Yeah, I kind of got the vibe. I know I'd already be quite dead if it was what he truly wanted, and I feel nothing from him other than an overwhelming desire to protect something or someone. His aura is panicked but distinctly non-threatening, so I decide to relax against his hold. I cautiously raise my hands and surrender in the hopes that he'll stand down. We're not taught to harm creatures who have no intent to harm us. It isn't what we stand for, at least not the honorable hunters. Plus, vampires are the closest thing to humans in the Demonology Handbook, and I've met a few reasonable ones in my time. Emphasis on a few. He retreats a little, just as I'd hoped, just enough for me to gather my composure. Wait, what's this? Oh, codex. What's a codex? Hunters. Dude, there's lore? Oh, shit. We're about to go crazy. Golly. Actually, there's only like 2 pages. Wow. Okay, so this is like world lore. This is their world building. I know some of the girls will want me to read the world building, so we will... Ooh, don't look at that yet. Ah! Oh, I don't think that showed up for you. We'll figure that out. Mini stories. Locked. Oh my god, there's so much lore. Okay, anyways. Save. My immediate reaction would be to tell him that Erza's safe. Erza's fine? Ezra. Sorry. Fairy tale on the mind, girl. I swear it. Ooh, cool arm. Okay, he looks way less awful from that angle. The hairdo was not it from the other. This is his good side, I think. I hate the hair otherwise. Those bright, disarming eyes burn into my own, a chill skittering over my skin. He looks like he's searching for something, his dark brows twitching as he studies my face, a thick scar cutting through the one on the right. That one? Okay. Something that looks a lot like relief settles upon his face. I can't help but wonder what the vampire is doing sneaking into Ezra's home at this hour.
If you're playing tricks on me, I'll have your head. Understand?
Bro can be a headspace voice actor, you know what I'm saying? I nod once, my hands still raised where he can see them. To see, I mean no harm. I'm not lying. He's safe. He's upstairs. I tip my chin towards the staircase and hope that he'll use his head and seek Ezra out with those impressive senses of his. He takes a step back, but he still doesn't seem to trust me. I don't entirely blame him. I know how it feels. The sound of the kettle whistling as it comes to a boil distracts him, and he visibly relaxes. His gaze quickly darts to the staircase, then back to me. He steps back, the candlelight illuminating his angular face. All shapes, sharp lines, and hair black as the night. He's otherworldly. Obviously attractive in that tall, dark, and dead way. And his left arm is missing from the shoulder down. That's missing? Kinda looks like it's there. In its place is an advanced-looking prosthetic, flowing with what looks like incredibly advanced magic. He catches me looking at it and quirks that scarred brow.
Like what you see? Sorry. It's not for sale.
I'm not really into buying people's prosthetics. I like when people have their prosthetics, personally. Because that's stealing. Well, I guess if I bought it, then technically I wouldn't have stolen it. But I also feel like that's kind of cool, you know? Like, if I had a prosthetic, I'd be kind of mad if someone took my shit. I'd be like, it's mine. Ezra appears from upstairs, and his eyes are wide as he surveys the sight before him. We're just chilling in the kitchen, bruh.
Finn? What are you doing here?
They're boyfriends. I won't come between you, girl. Yeah, I see it. Iron fingers curl around Ezra's forearm. Almost as though he's just checking he's real. His prosthetic thrums brightly, as if responding to the touch. I sensed that you felt uneasy. I came immediately. Are you okay? Guys, they're dating! Let me back up. They're dating. That's his man, and that's his man. Okay, let me back the fuck up. Ezra smiles, covering Finn's hand with his own to gently pat it, and a reassuring gesture. The intricate patterns etched into the dark iron pulse like a heartbeat. This is gay. Yeah, I thought this was a dating sim. Nah, this is kiss him, not me. This is me looking. Kiss! I'm playing. I'm joking. I was only very briefly startled at the appearance of our new friend here. Right. Finn turned to me and dipped his head in an apology.
I'm sorry about that less than savory introduction, Hunter. Things are a little on edge here lately.
I'd never have guessed. Oh, cutie. I love the little lines. Ezra shakes his head, clearly amused by my sarcasm.
I'm fine. You really don't need to jump every stranger that passes this way.
That final reassurance seems to make the tension melt from Finn's broad shoulders. Oh, sorry, Kay. You don't need to be alarmed. He's an ally. Ally? Ally. I swear it. Even if he doesn't give the best first impression. Finn offers me a genuine, almost soft smile, but he looks guilty. As he should, I suppose. I catch Ezra eyeing me warily, clearly sensing my apprehension. It isn't like every night you find yourself in a magic shop staring at a witch and apparently friendly vampire. Finn's whole demeanor changed the second he laid eyes on Ezra, and I feel my final traces of fear melting away as he steps forward and offers me his hand. Okay. The smile that crosses his lips is mischievous, and cold fingers grip my own with a firm handshake when I reach for him. Don't play. I know you have... Simp, okay? Get away from me.
It's truly a pleasure to meet you.
You're gay for him. I don't want to hear it. His pretty eyes brush over me like a caress, his pupils dilating, and I feel myself swaying, leaning towards him almost unconsciously. Ew. Okay. This is not chill. Vibes are off. There's a soft whisper of muffled thoughts echoing through my mind, and I can't quite tell if they belong to me or him. It's soothing. And whatever he's doing grants me the foresight to see that he most certainly is harmless, and that he bears no ill will towards me. Something tells me he now sees I'm harmless too.
Finnegan, stop that. It's not polite.
Oh my god, they're so in love! Shut up, look at him. Oh my god, cute. Cutie! Period! Oh my god, look at this little painting! Oh my god! Okay, fruit, let's go. Finn closes his eyes briefly, breaking whatever connection he'd created with me, and he offers me a killer smile. Literally. Shit, those fangs are really no joke. He must have been pushing at least 5 centimeters. I've heard vampires enthralling their victims before a kill, but that felt more like a request to be understood. Like he really wanted to show me he could be trusted. He exchanges an almost sheepish, knowing glance with Ezra, and I quickly feel my mind clearing itself. It's interesting to see such a powerful creature wither under a witch's gaze. Yeah, because they're in love, idiot. Sorry, I'm just checking. He looks at me, and our eyes lock. I nod once, appreciating that he cared enough to put me at ease. Then he's grinning again, wickedly. I hope he didn't hear anything untoward in there. Anyway, Ezra fusses with the kettle, pouring me a cup of fragrant tea and offering it to me on a pretty floral saucer. Here, this will help you get a good night's sleep. I take the cup with a nod, both of them staring intently as I take a small sip. It's good, refreshing, exactly what I need. So, Kay, are you looking forward to becoming part of this shit? Ouch! Ezra elbows him in the ribs. Okay, so we apparently know more than we're letting on. Unless we're, gonna be in the same, hunting troop or whatever. Unless we're in the same hunting gang. This is sus as fuck. So, throwing him a stern warning glance, and Finn flinches, a little too dramatically for a big scary creature. Lovely town?
Do you have any idea what you've gotten yourself into?
Why are you talking to me like that? Get ready, I'm going to be saving a lot. I'm not going to go back because I just want to see what I'm going to get, but I like throwing in some saves. Also, I shouldn't do that because it's a longer game. I did it for, like, big things, but I like a little adventure. I'm used to a little adventure. I truly hope I can help. Ezra looks defeated, but strangely optimistic. I hope my words sound honest because I really have little choice. I have to help. It's my job. My duty. Well, you certainly seem capable enough. Finn grimaces, exchanging a strange look with Ezra, and I feel like they're not telling me something. You just got that now? Dude, I got that like 5 minutes ago.
My clan and I are at your disposal, should you require any assistance.
Okay. Clan? He nods, but I've decided not to press him for details. Yet. I'd definitely like to know how many supposedly good vampires reside here in Lunaris. I offer them both a smile and finish up my tea. Ezra hurries to take the empty cup from me and sets it upon the table. He places his hand upon Finn's arm. Finn, Kay needs to rest. Maybe you should head home? Finn nods and Ezra follows him as he heads for the hatch. They embrace briefly. And Finn whispers something into Ezra's ear. The witch grins brightly as he pulls away. Then Finn's warm golden gaze locks with my own, and he smiles.
Be sure to take care. If you ever need anything, just scream, and I'll come running.
Haha, you're so funny. He winks, and my traitorous cheeks threaten to warm at the sight. He notices and laughs quietly, a deep, comforting rasp that I can almost certainly find myself getting used to. I'm not coming between these two. They are in love. I'm not doing anything with that. Bye. Sorry, they're both spoken for, I fear. I know when I'm unwanted, okay? It's nice to meet you, Finn. Finn gracefully lowers himself into the hatch, and Ezra stares into the darkness until the door slams shut. He turns and retrieves a tin of biscuits from the cupboard, offering them to me in a waiting expectantly until I take a handful.
Please don't let our apprehension worry you. I'm sure you're more than capable of getting to the bottom of all this. Some are saying the town has been cursed, but I sense something else. Something bigger.
So pretend we don't know anything about murders or anything. Did they say that explicitly? I can't remember. Let's just pretend we don't know anything about it. Well, it's always a terrible night for a curse. Even though we've only just met, I feel like I can trust him. Within moments of my arrival, I can tell that something about this town is off, and I intend to get to the bottom of this mess. But also, I ain't trusting you just because you said it. I remember, if you've seen or played Danganronpa, the first one, exactly, thank y'all. I guess that's a spoiler, sorry. I have to live up to my apparently impressive reputation, right?
We've lost people, good people, and the investigation seems to have just halted. We don't know what more we can do. Ugh. Look at me getting all emotional when you're probably dead on your feet and desperate to get some sleep.
Feelings are valid, bro. He quickly gathers himself, forcing a laugh to break the somber mood. Thank you for letting me stay, Ezra, but I'll be out of your hair first thing. I stealthily yawn as Ezra turns to fuss with some blankets. I'm thoroughly looking forward to settling upon the sofa, however tiny it may be.
Really, it's no problem at all. Wouldn't dream of letting you wander the streets at this hour, especially after that journey. I'll see you in the morning. If you need anything, just shout.
T. He heads upstairs and I eagerly remove my boots. The relief is instant when I settle against the cushions, pulling up the soft blanket to my chin. Despite the abundance of questions that currently flood my mind, I swiftly fall into a blissful, dreamless sleep. Dang. Okay. After I wake, and Ezra eagerly wakes me for more tea, I join him in the shop as I prepare to leave. I wait patiently while he deals with what sounds like a particularly difficult customer, doing my best to eavesdrop. Oh, Lord, the sound coming in. I'm gonna turn it down slightly. Like there. I feel like that's good. Probably. It's good enough for me. Doing my best to eavesdrop as I survey the books that line the wall. Most of them are in languages I don't understand. There's a strange energy in the air, and my senses tell me that Erz's visitor is also of magical origin.
You really can't just drop by like this and expect me to have what you need right away. These things take time.
I'm actually going to turn it down more because the voice acting is really quiet. So I'm going to do it right there.
That's always your excuse, Ezra. Do you not want me to work hard to save this town?
What an interesting voice. Okay. Ezra sighs, apparently not willing to argue. Or maybe he knows he'll lose. The tall figure he's bickering with turns to look at me, and I'm caught off guard by their piercing eyes, their stare cutting into my core. They scowl, their lips pursed, as they turn on a towering heel, like I have a target on my forehead. Ezra looks like he's about to say something to try and stop them, but they wave dismissively over their shoulder. Oh, cute. Yeah, cute design. Let's go they, them. They come to a stop before me and steal their gaze, staring me down and studying me from head to toe in a slow, pointed drag. I register the familiar violet sash that adorns their torso, the very same as mine, and I exchange a quick glance with Ezra. He looks apologetic as he hurriedly emerges from behind the counter to join us. An enforcer, then, one who apparently doesn't feel that it's necessary to wear the standard uniform. Or maybe they simply think they're too important. They have a commanding presence about them, and I can't help but wonder what rank they hold.
So you're my new subordinate? Interesting.
Say something and I will get you. Just letting you know that. Like, I don't do that subordinate thing. Like, I got fists and they're ready to start punching. Gus? Okay, Gus. Gus. Augustus? Oh, right? That was the letter we got, right? It was Augustus. So this is the infamous Major General Wilhelm that I've been assigned to. They're a prolific figure countrywide, and they've been known for being responsible for one of the best hunters that Eskria has to offer. It'll be a true honor to serve under them. Boo! Despite their apparently icy disposition. Historically, enforcers aren't the friendliest bunch. They live to serve just as we do, but they hold a much higher authority and love to remind us about it. So, enforcers and hunters. Okay, cool. The way Erza said their name carried a warning, and August scowls at him briefly before turning his attention back to me. There, sorry. I noticed how they tried to look... How tired they look. Oh, Lord. The lettuce are looking crazy. Their eyes heavy-lidded and their skin pale. And they even almost sway as they stand. Apparently, Ezra notices too, a flash of concern crossing his features as he quickly rushes to gather some ingredients from a locked cabinet. It looks like he's done this before. Seen them like this before. I mean, probably, especially if this nerd lives in this town. Wait, is it August or is it Augustus? Asking for a friend is probably August. I will just stick with that. It's a pleasure to meet you, Enforcer Wilhelm. I'm Willenhelm.
Yes, I know exactly who you are. Your arrival has caused quite a stir, and more than a little paperwork.
It's not my fault. I got told to be here. What do you want from me? They glance over at Ezra, watching as he breaks off a few sprigs from a neatly wrapped bundle of herbs and pops them into a glass vial. Their foot taps impatiently on the floor, an exasperated scoff falling from their lips as they turn to look at me once again, eyes rolling. So tell me, Hunter O'Fay, are you ready to partake in one of the most baffling missions I've come across? I'm ready to school you! Nerd! What'd you say? I literally forgot. Rah, rah, rah. Down. Ready to partake in that? Yeah, I'm chilling. Of course, General. I'm looking forward to working with you. They quirk a perfectly sculpted brow, their lips pursed in contemplation. What?
I don't suffer fools, and I certainly don't tolerate tardiness. If you're capable, we'll get along just fine.
Well, I'm not a fool, and I don't think I was late, so why are you yelling at me, nerd? Their unrelenting gaze burns into my own, and I swallow thickly, offering them a genuine smile as I can muster under my scrutiny as much. I think everything will work out. Oh. This won't be as effective, but it'll do the job for now. As August eagerly reaches for the vial clutched in Ezra's palm, the witch pulls away and fixes them with a worried gaze.
Please stop doing this to yourself. They're pushing you too far and you know it. You're better than this.
Period. Now we both know that's not true. Ezra surrenders the vial, the violet liquid glowing dully as August takes it with a trembling hand. Ezra squeezes August's fingers before pulling away. He looks impossibly sad. There's always a choice. Remember that. August seems at a loss for words, but manages to maintain their carefully crafted annoyance. They reach for the door with yet another roll of the eyes, pushing briefly to catch my gaze.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh,
Don't be late.
don't yell at me. I'll be late if I want to. Bitch. Gotti. We stand outside the shop, the sky bright, but the town somehow still feeling inherently gloomy.
If you ever need anything, you know where to find me. Please don't hesitate to stop by.
So far, Ezra's my favorite, TBH. You won't get rid of me if you say that. I wouldn't mind. He smiles. His smile softens, and I feel incredibly grateful that I stumbled across him. I mean it, though. Anytime. And be careful. Thank you, Ezra. I bid him farewell, reluctantly leaving the warmth and safety of his shop behind, to follow the rickety old street signs that point me towards the tavern, the place I'll be calling home for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I was like, isn't a tavern like a pub? Like, I guess technically it can probably be like in, what's it called? What's the other one we played? I wanted another one that was like Touch Starved, but I meant Touch Starved, where we're staying in the, I think it's also the tavern. Like, we're staying in the one that Leander has. T. They better release that game. I want to date him so bad. Anyways, the tavern is bustling and full to the brim with red-faced patrons, the tables littered with empty tankards. It's only 9:30 in the morning, but clearly this town likes to drown in their sorrows, even if the sun has barely risen. I push my way to the bar, and a scowling barmaid rolls her eyes at me as I politely raise my hand to get her attention. Yeah, you know what? Let me step behind that bar and make my own drink. How about that? What? I have a room here? Could I check in, please? She promptly rolls her eyes again and ducks beneath the bar, reappearing within a few seconds, looking even more pissed off. Room isn't ready until 2. You'll have to get a drink or make yourself scarce. I muster a polite, albeit forced smile, turning to find a table, but... Oh, hey, you're on the cover. I find myself face to face with a striking, scowling woman who appears to be blocking me entirely on purpose.
So this is the famous hunter that's taking my place, then?
Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do anything.
You don't look like anything special to me. Come to gloat, have you? Rub it in my face.
I genuinely have no idea who you are. Do I? Yeah. Do I know you? I'm really sorry. Am I supposed to know who you are? The woman looks offended, her jaw clenched and her hands firmly fixed to her hips. I glance down and notice the violet sash that's looped around her waist and her simple armor. A hunter too, then.
Well, you've come to town to take my bloody job, so yes, I should expect you to know exactly who I am.
Then shouldn't you also know that, like, we don't pick where we go? We just get sent there and we just have to go? So how am I stealing your job if they said, womp womp, go to that town? You know what I mean? Ah, shit.
The name's Piper. Piper Merriman. And I'll be keeping a damn good eye on you.
Okay, cool. The second you slip up, I'll be there. Got it? I don't know what accent that is. Is it British? It might be. It might not be. I don't know. So, I've really been called here to take Piper Merriman's place. She's a legend, having racked up more kills than some of the most seasoned hunters. And all that at the tender age of 24. Yo, I'm older than her. Get ruined, nerd. Sorry. Anyways. I'm older than you. Wah, 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 wah. I know it doesn't sound like it, but... I feel terrible. I wasn't told I'd be replacing anyone. And her being upset suddenly seems pretty justified. I'd be devastated if I was demoted too. We work so hard and put our lives on the line, all while the majority of the enforcers sit safely behind their desks. But once again, like, I didn't pick to be here, so I don't see why I should feel bad. I understand her feelings and they're valid. Like, she has a right to be upset, but also she's, like, putting feelings on me that don't make sense when she knows that I cannot pick to be here. So, her fifis are valid. Her being mad at me and blaming me, not so valid. Holding our fate in our hands that aren't stained with blood while our fingers drip with it. Piper makes a vague gesture at the barmaid, and she's swiftly handed a glass of warm amber liquid that she delicately cradles in her palm. She steps closer with narrowed eyes, surveying me in a way that almost reminds me of August. I'm pretty sure I won't be getting Employee of the Month anytime soon. We could always work together. I'm feeling like I'll need the help. And I'm sorry. Truly, I can't imagine how frustrating this must be for you. She continues to look annoyed, but I can tell she's a more vulnerable emotion. I can tell a more vulnerable emotion lingers beneath this seemingly rock-hard exterior. She swirls the rum around, watching the gentle slosh of it as it coats the sides of the glass.
Yes, well, that's what I get for being utterly shit at my job, isn't it?
So why are you blaming me? She scoffs a laugh, but the smile that curls at her ruby lips don't seem to reach her eyes. I mean, yeah, she just made like a... What are they called? A self-deprecating joke, so not surprised. Anyway, I'm sure I'll see you in the field. I'm not totally useless, apparently.
They just have me doing the awful jobs. The stuff that doesn't actually matter. What a waste of a perfectly amazing hunter.
Girl, if I have any say in it, I'm just gonna get you to work with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, enforcers. Just a bunch of pencil-pushing wankers. Oh, that's a British word that I don't know if that's okay for me to say. Actually, now I think about it. Looking it up. I spelled it wrong. I don't think it is. We're looking it up. That's such a funny way to say it. That's so funny. Sorry. I looked it up just to make sure. I was very certain I knew what it was, but I just needed to make sure. I stay silent, sensing that she might need someone to vent to. I've been there. Our job can be hard, and not just on our bodies.
Anyway, I can see I'm boring you. I'll just be over there, continuing to drown my sorrows until Willenheim summons me.
Willenheim. Thank you for pronouncing that. They're such an arsehole. I have a laugh, covering my mouth with my hand in a poor attempt to stifle the noise, and she seems briefly amused by my reaction. She offers me a thoughtful glance and then sighs loudly.
Don't take any shit from them, okay?
Okay.
Come and see me if they bother you. I'm not afraid to stick my boot up their backside. Again.
Queen. Anyway, I'll see you around. Bye, girl. She doesn't wait for me to respond, and with a flick of her long chestnut hair, she's gone. I spot her disappearing into the heavy crowd that's mulling about in the center of the tavern. A crowd that's apparently pretty pissed off about something. I decide to investigate. I might as well get stuck right in. What could possibly go wrong? I push my way into the crowd, and what I find both baffles and amuses me. A lycan, a hybrid lycan, sat smack bang in the middle of the tavern, arms folded across his chest. He has a smirk plastered across his scarred lips, his wolf ears twitching dismissively as the townsfolk hoot and holler at him. The lycan doesn't even seem to care, and he grabs his drink, taking a deep swig. My first impression is that he seems perfectly harmless, even if his cockiness is almost a palpable aura. I take a step closer, however, as I can see the scars he bears. A seasoned scrapper then, not shy in the least and eager to stir up the ire of the authorities, or other creatures apparently. He spots me then, his scarlet eyes flashing, and then he's kicking out the chair in front of him and gesturing for me to sit down. Either he's bold or he's got something to prove, and I find myself being watched by every tavern goer. They're all waiting to see if I'm going to oblige the the object of their disdain. Oh, wow. And the tavern falls deathly silent. As I take the seat, the crowd begins to slowly disperse, though their eyes stay firmly fixed upon both myself and the Lycan as they return to their respective seats.
They're lucky I kept my cool. Wouldn't you say, Hunter?
Huh? Cool about what? I don't really know what a Lycan is. You seem harmless. You seem harmless enough. I think I can handle you. His brows draw together in a deep scowl, but he looks relatively relaxed. Playful, even.
You do you? Would you care to test that theory?
Yeah, I'm gonna piss you off with my lips. What? I'm joking. Or am I? I'm playing. One of his wolf ears twitches, and I can't help but smile at the loose threat. Maybe another time. How about you tell me your name and why you apparently have a death wish hanging around a tavern full of humans who are quite clearly not too fond of non-humans? He bristles, his tail wrapping around the legs of the chair as he places his now empty tankard on the table. The noise draws a gasp from nearly every single patron, and I glance over at Piper, who sits in the corner, either oblivious or uncaring.
It's Alcar, and I don't have a death wish. Not today, anyway.
He's kind of cute. He's kind of giving, what's his name? I don't know, he's cutie vibe. I like him. Alcar. Alcar? What's his name? Wait, say it again? Wait. Can I get him to say it again? God damn. Well, it's what I said until. Sorry. Only today? He smiles, folding his arms back across his chest.
You don't need to concern yourself with me, Hunter. I stay far away from your kind. From everyone. Mostly.
Okay, we're gonna kiss later. Yeah, you can't run from me, buddy.
I do enjoy coming here to rile this lot up, though. Unless they come looking for me, of course.
He glances over his shoulder, catching Piper's gaze. She flips him off and turns... Sorry, my microphone's being weird. And he turns back around to face me, his shoulders shaking with laughter. Man, everyone got a partner in this. Except that, my boss. And I don't want to date that one. I don't do, boss date thing. Kind of makes me uncomfortable. Because the first two are dating, and oh my god, it's giving they're dating, so...
I'm sure you'll grow to despise me in time. Just like every other idiot in this hopeless town.
Not me. You can't make me hate you, Pookie. Trust. I liked Toby from Naruto for a very long time. Until they gave me the one thing that made me hate him. Destroying my son's life. No one hurts Naruto. Thank you. He stands and all the patrons stiffen. It's so quiet you can hear a pin drop, but Alcar merely rolls his pretty eyes and flashes me a sharp grin. He looms over me, close enough that I can smell the earthy, distinctly petrichor scent of him. I don't know what that means.
If my advice is worth anything to you, then trust me when I say to trust no one.
Valid. That doesn't mean I can't flirt with everyone, though. He stares me down. Even you?
Especially me. Goodbye, Hunter.
Bye, girl. Kiss, kiss. I'll see you later. I watch him leave, feeling everyone's gaze still fixed upon me. I compose myself and offer them a smile, as genuine as I can muster after such an odd encounter. Honestly, it was fine. It was a pretty regular encounter. I glance at the clock, and it's only 10:30. Wait, 10:30? That was like 2 hours and 30 minutes? It's crazy. I have some time to kill. Okay, we've met 5 out of the 6, so we're missing 1 person. The town is small, very small, and it takes me less than an hour to walk it from end to end. On my travels, I find myself drawn to the cemetery, and the scent of blood is thick here. That would be because this is the site of the last murder. I come across a patch of scorched grass. The earth around it is trampled by the boots of the enforcers and hunters alike. The remnants of a crumbled gravestone are littered around the perfect black outline of a body. I take a deep breath, crouching down and skimming my fingers along the edges. I close my eyes and try to picture it, what happened to them. But it's hard to truly see, knowing the stark how stark the darkness is here. It's a blur, a mere memory, but I feel the terror. They were so scared, utterly alone in their final moments. But something sticks out to me over all that fear. I'm sorry. I love you. Those words hit me hard, my chest aching, and I feel this intense longing. I feel love. The powerful and unconditional kind that snatches the air from your lungs. I take a deep breath and force myself to stand, trying to shake that feeling. I'll find out who killed you. I'm startled by the sudden sound of heavy footsteps, my hand hovering over my weapon. I look around frantically, on guard and ready, and then a striking figure appears. Striking figure. What's this? Not my favorite. He's clad in fine clothing, his long hair tied in a neat ponytail, the crown of his head adorned with delicate jewelry, and I should be unsettled, but the pointing teeth and the sharp claws indicating that he's definitely not human, but he's smiling? Then the flicker of a spade-tipped tail tells me all I need to know. I'm staring at a glamored demon, though I'm finding it hard to be alarmed by his presence, which seems to be the theme here in Lumerus. Oh, I met someone else. His eyes are a warm chestnut brown, and they sparkle in the dappled sunlight as he gazes at me in wonder.
Hello, Hunter. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, I like your voice, T. Hey, girl. You have? You've been expecting me? Oh, see, that's cute. I like this angle. See, sometimes, like, I like one drawing of them, but I don't like the other one. I fear this is spooky. I did not like the up one, but I like this one. This is cute. Everyone got them titties out, though. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. I watch as his cheeks darken and his gaze dropping to the grass.
Well, people talk and I listen. And they've done a lot of talking about you. I hope I didn't scare you.
Why are people talking about me? Aren't I supposed to be like a confidential hire? Like no one should know I'm here? Well, he's certainly not like any other demon I've encountered. The not trying to kill me part helps. You didn't? It's okay.
You're sure? I've gotten used to startling people.
No, you're perfect, just the way you are. I promise you haven't... I promise you that I've seen scarier. No. He laughs, his tail's flicking. Oh, I'm certain you have. His aura is calm, if not a little skittish, and I decide he's probably more scared of me than I am of him. He's still hard to read, though, and that's frustrating. But not necessarily alarming. What's your name? The demon exhales sharply, apparently relieved that I'm making conversation rather than drawing my weapon.
It's Omen.
Ooh, Omen. Cool. You've got to be kidding me. Why? I might go back on this one. Because I want to say this. What kind of omen? I feel a smile curling at the corner of my lips. Are you a good omen or a bad one? His lashes flicker, and I quickly realize he may not be versed in bad jokes. What? Don't worry. Nice to meet you, Omen. Okay. Oh, okay, so it didn't matter. So how was your first day in Lumerus, Ben? I have a quiet laugh, yet again perplexed by the wonderfully weird inhabitants of this town. He's certainly the most polite demon I've ever met. I guess it's been fine. I've just been a little overwhelmed. It's a strange town, isn't it? Omen laughs, the sound musical and almost infectious, causing my own smile to widen.
You're being polite. It's more than strange. It's a mess. A mess I and many others hope you can fix.
Why is everyone relying on just me and nobody else? Like, that's kind of cray, don't you think? I grimace, my gaze drifting back down to the place where the last murder victim lay. I sigh and muster as much confidence as I possibly can. I can do this. I can solve these murders. So, absolutely no pressure then? Omen shrugs playfully.
No pressure at all. Welcome to Lunaris.
Damn, I'm even saying that shit wrong. Lunaris. I make it to the enforcement headquarters with time to spare, after August's thinly veiled threat about tardiness yesterday. Okay, I'm actually going to say it again. And because I believe, so we met Ezra. Ezra's boyfriend, who I can't remember the name of right now. Gus? No, that's the other one. I don't remember that second one. The vampire, but I don't remember his name. August. The lady, whose name I've forgotten. Piper? That hot man that I can't remember his name, and that slow guy. So that's 6. I think that's everybody. So instead of doing that, we're going to read some lore. Oh no. Lore. We're going to the Codex. This is going to take a while. So, if you... And the reason it's at the end is, I know some people don't give a flying flick about lore. So if you don't care, this is the end for you. You're welcome. If you do care... Oh, there's 3 more. We'll read those later. Oh my god, there's more than 3 more. Wow, we're gonna learn a lot. Okay, anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh, weird that there's only 5. Oh, because she was a hunter too. Anyways. So, if you don't want the lore, I'll see you guys next time. Those of you locked in for lore, get ready for my bad reading. I apologize in advance. I'm awful at reading. There's nothing I can do about it. The dyslexia goes crazy. So, I'm pulling my little screen closer. So, the Hunter Academy. How much or how little the Academy has in the way of comfort is dependent on the city-state it belongs to. After all, its overseers are the local Special Command Section, and if they happen to be under a particular stringent Major General's heel, well, tough shit, kids. All training facilities for initiates are built like a small town, however, with a large building at the center, where the indoor classes are provided. Students' housing takes up at least a third of the school grounds, often divided up into houses of 6 inhabitants. The other 1/3 is outdoor training grounds, and there are usually a patch of closely guarded forests for capture the flag. That's kind of crazy. Wards provided by witches hang heavy around each academy, to both keep the students in and to keep the bad things out. No one knows exactly who oversees these wards, and whether or not it's the same person, but in the past 100 years, there have been a few incidents where something major manages to slip past these shields. Of course, unfortunate things happen. You can't cure stupid, but parents and loved ones who care are assured honestly that all efforts were taken to prevent hormonal, aggressive, overconfident teenagers to actually die from their own foolishness. Typically, hunter initiates taken from a city-state or surrounding areas end up in their local academy, but this is not always the case. Special command officers handle most of the recruitment effort, but by a hunter's vouch, any child can also be eligible to participate in any initiation ceremony. Should they pass, the hunter in question has claims as to where they will go, and many will take the child with them to school, to the closest school in their home location. One-on-one apprenticeships or sponsorships of this kind were once the norm, and though its integration into the official government has forced the Hunter Corporation to be more even-handed and general in its instruction of its initiates. Enforcers make an effort to preserve some aspects of old tradition out of respect. The only way to control rambunctious 12 to 18-year-olds known to any adult is to keep them busy, something which hunter instructors do well. Nor can it be said that they only give out work as busy work. At the age of 18, before being cleared to leave the compound, a trainee is expected to be the fittest of their age group, in one aspect or another. In all aspects if possible, so they stand a chance against the worst possible way for things to go wrong. Creature lore, habits, and victim patterns are a must. Demonology is a subject all its own, so extensive are the abysmal Denzians, as are the study of plants and alchemy, for hunters are expected to use, if not make, many concoctions for their hunts. Intelligent gathering, crowd control, and so on are also part of the expansive and rigorous curriculum. For the most part, all the recruits are trained the same. Specialization begins at 16, and if by 18 overseers see a particular promise in the initiate's pursuit, the initiate might spend the next few years of their official on-duty time devoted to deeper study of a subject. Most will go on to fight, whether or not they are well suited for it, because that is where their natural strength and creature senses see the most use. Although contact with people outside the facility is severely limited until 18 years of age. From 16 years onwards, the students notes are semi-regularly taken out of the school into the nearby wilderness for hunting assignments that are closer to the quote-unquote real thing. Siblings are usually kept together for their schooling, but are split up post-graduation and sent elsewhere, with those strong ties of friendship or otherwise, are also split up. At the overseer's discretion. This is to solely avoid the hunters letting emotion get the better of them in the field, as earlier history has shown that those paired with friends or loved ones often end up dead, and much faster than they normally would, with such a perilous occupation. Where the climate is favorable, it is not just unusual for an academy to also have ranches and farms that supply food directly for the residents and students. Field trips in these places are common, as sending senior students to fetch shipments and so on are an excellent simulations for bodyguard assignments later on. Golly! Witches. Witches are, in short, a curious phenomenon. There's no clear start to the origin of witches, but they appear to have existed for as long as time can tell. There have been numerous accounts of strange incidents with seemingly no explanation as to why lighting would quite literally strike a home more than twice with all the ill intent, or why another town would find their crops flourishing during each harvest while others perished. Explained stories such as these were abundant in number in the time before Revelation Day, but have since become more refined in the details. Now the world has finally come to learn the source of these strange supernatural occurrences: witches. All known witches to this day are found to be wholly human in origin. They appear as any other would, and while some may present themselves in more grand terms, they are unidentifiable in a crowd of people, and they have no obvious markers that dictate their differences. But some people have reported detecting what feels like a missing pressure or shift in aura when finding themselves in close proximity with a suspected witch. There are of course varying degrees in which this is experienced, typically with how experienced the witch is at making their power, or by how powerful that individual may be. It is when a witch uses their powers that they become more distinctive, performing magnificent displays from weather control to telekinesis, control over the elements to healing wounds far too dire for medical practices. They have been subject to much discrimination due to harnessing such powers, and were historically feared thanks to the depictions of witches being compared to being ascendant in nature. While demons are clearly labeled as denizens of the burning plains, witches have been described as being the opposite, some even say as angels. Weird. Interesting. While witches live a typical lifespan as humans do, their bodies are notably more resilient. Part of their coined angelic nature is that they're not receptive to corruption or bodily changes. It's common knowledge that witches are unable to become hunters. This is due to their inability to successfully partake in the hunter initiation. Hunters become hunters through the literal change in their bodies and biology, of which the witch refuses that. Much like a T cell would react to an infection, it rejects that which would alter them in any sense. This in turn means that witches can also not become vampires or lycans. A bite from a vampire, intending to turn them or attack them, or an attack from a lycan, means certain death for a witch. Oh, well, that means that him and that vampire can't have fun biting things happening. That's so unfortunate for them. Early attempts to turn a witch into a hunter have gone time and time again, with failure, and thus the practice has not been used since. Golly, there's a lot of witches. Golly. Maybe I'll just read 2. Dude, I'm really tired. That's why I'm saying I'm just going to read 2. So we're going to read 2. Next time we'll read 2 more, and then we'll read that one. Though some late-blooming witches whose powers have not yet manifested have been rumored to attempt to partake in the initiation, and subsequently suffered terribly when their bodies rejected whatever concoction they'd been given. However, some willing witches are inducted as enforcers instead, their capabilities too powerful for the enforcement agency to disregard. A witch's blood is a powerful thing, and, as with power, it is also the font to their abilities. It is a common belief within Escria that there is no higher power, but with the presence of witches and their almost divine-like ability, They are something far more complicated than we can ever dream to understand. Further reasoning of that idea is their source of power is derived from their blood, and that alone. Interesting. Sorry, I'm loading. I'm processing lore. There are reports of deceased witches, both malicious and benevolent, who have met a quick end by their own doing. The common trend shared by the deceased individuals has been their consistent use of their powers, and them having overextended that to the point of exhaustion and finally death. A witch can recover from their own self-destruction by better controlling their abilities and limiting the use of them. But from this, we can certainly ascertain that their source of power is linked to their own life force. Practices and development have been put into place by the Enforcer's Agency to stem these casualties and to instead nurture them and keep them as healthy as possible. Witch children are more common in their earlier days, but with unions between them and humans increasing, their numbers have dwindled. A dilution of their breed, as one might put it. Families that consist of 2 witch parents are guaranteed to have a witch child, but between a human and a witch, the likelihood is significantly less. Even with the predecessor of witch blood, it's not guaranteed to be passed on to the child with human parents. A couple expecting one of these magical offspring would look to find the signs of power manifestation around the ages of 6 to 8, but some can wait as late as the time that they hit puberty. With this knowledge in mind, there are couples who have sought each other out with the direct intention of having a pure witch child. The most notable account is Lady Adelia and Sir Oberyn Willenheim, the founders of the most prestigious witch academy in all of Escria. Well, that explains why he's so hoity. Wait, wrong person. That's the vampire. That explains why they're so hoity-toity. Yeah. Who's that? No, it's not the vampire. Who's that other one? That's kind of like hoity-toity vibes. Bro, I'm forgetting everybody. It's over. Like all beings of power, witches are met with both reverence and fear, revered for their seemingly ascendant abilities in the form of human beings, or wearing the guise of a mask to mask their true sinister nature. I wouldn't say they're sinister, but okay. Whoever wrote this book kind of biased. Severe undereducation of their identity among society created a stark contrast between those who treated them civilly and those who wanted them dead. There have been mass gatherings to burn the witches, along with the mania surrounding the confusion of exactly who is a witch among them, and those who simply used it as an excuse for murder. Okay, Salem witch trials go crazy. While there are known witches who have, and as it is often put, gone to covens to consort and dance with the devil, there are those who would meet to simply just be amongst their kind, free of their more wild depictions. Those who extend their powers as services for betterment of society were those who became, and continue to become, the building blocks of who they are today. Witches that are accepted in towns are typically employed as healers, protectors, instructors, and sometimes even something as simple as a store owner for a local market. That's what Ezra is. Acceptance of their kind eventually blossomed from the good intentions of those who wanted to coexist and assist with their talents. A simple request to live. In conclusion, witches have gone through a curious journey of enduring the madness of the formulatic ages to the glowing era of becoming higher class citizens. They are both demanding figures of respect in society and unbridled power incarnate. It is not unlike their origins, but with a more favorable light in our current hazy world, brimming with mystery and intrigue. Okay, so that's where I'm stopping, because I'm tired, I yippee. But, so something we need to think about. So the first body we found, what facts did we realize about it? Oh, RIP to all those people that left before, by the way. Or if there's anyone still here, thanks for sticking through the lore. Anyways, there's a few things we need to remember about the body. It was burned, I think it was burned. I don't even know if there was a body left. It seemed like it was just a... And I don't know whether it's because they took it away or whether it was because it was incinerated, but it was burned. And the only thing that's left is a memory, which is still odd that we can sense a memory from, like, the last death spot. So let's just keep those things in mind as we roll forward. But for me, that is it for now. So I'm hoping you're enjoying this first video, maybe as much as I am, maybe even more. And I'll see all you dudes in the next one. Bye!